Yeah. Here we go, huh?
You're now listening to the sounds of Miss Demeanor.
Missy be the name and y'all should already know. I've been around long as Scarface, so shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, she, yeah. Let me grab the microphone and I'ma take it away. Say so. Say so. Say so.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball with Steve Kerr and Clark Hill. This is Kevin Harlan. We have an interconference showdown here in Boston where the Celtics will square off for the Nuggets. Money comes in for Quincy Miller, and it's a flawless in for Randy Ford. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Look, in at the three. Fareed and Mozgov in the middle. Austin at point with a follow to the back. Rondo kicks to Green. And here's a nice one-handed slam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Rondo gets the bucket.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That pushes this lead up instead of going the other way.
Celtics leading by 7. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. In the corner, Bradley with it. Denver grabs the miss. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They didn't allow any momentum to build up against them. It seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
Now Rondo averaging 14 points a game. Green with a screen on Lawson. The drive by Green. The 10-footer. Count the bucket. Green's got his second basket of the night.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible. Avery Bradley out of Texas, one of the elite perimeter defenders in the NBA. A guy who can really give you nightmares bringing the ball up the floor. 6'2", but with long arms, and he can defend both guard positions. Really pressures the ball well.
So it's Boston now. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Well, they were in foul trouble throughout that game, guys. It made things awfully hard on themselves as a result.
Yeah, it forced them to go much deeper into their rotation than they would have liked to, and that's always tough. Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
In the corner, a follow with it. Rondo with the steal. To Sullinger. Back to Rondo. The officials call a traveling violation. And here's a group of players that have really been showcasing their versatility recently. The leading three-point shooters among centers and power forwards over the last 10 games. Third is Jared Sullinger.
So much value in having a big man who can step away from the hoop to draw bigger defenders out there. It really opens up the floor for the team.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier for everybody when you've got a guy who's capable of spacing the floor because of his accuracy from three-point land. They have got to put a body on him because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
sets a screen for Rondo. Bradley is free now. Lawson. Outside, Green. And Fareed comes to help. Lock at 6. And Denver has possession. The Nuggets trailed by 3. Lawson dishes to Afflalo. Here is Cook, guarded by Green. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Rondo with the ball. 9 points last game. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. There's the feed to Sullinger. Stolen by Fareed. And Lawson with the drive. Here's Cook. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Celtics have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's Rondo. Offensive rebound. That is good.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up. Moment here now to see how the numbers look for Ty Lawson. He's averaging 15 points a game, 2 rebounds, and he really brings that offensive firepower to this team. Finding ways to score is his specialty.
Yeah, that's his identity, Steve, among other contributions, obviously. But the ability to make plays that put up points, that's a major weapon in his arsenal.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to talk with Brad Stevens for a minute. I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Fareed. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on the game, I think it'll really be to our advantage. Guys, an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Cook. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
What was the defense doing there? He is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Well, a lot of people thought and assumed that when the Celtics traded Pearson Casey, they just took salary in return. But, the guys they got proved to be valuable mentors for the youngsters on that team.
Here's a follow. And fouled hard that time. No get to the line and shoot 2. Jeff Green picks one up.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. 7th in three-point field goal percentage. 10th in rebounding. And they're in the top half of the league in scoring as well. Not too shabby.
Yeah, this is a team that shoots the ball well, and I think the key is their accuracy from the three-point line. You look at that number in the top 10, as you talked about, Clark. You know, they've leaned on this of late, particularly, and I think their success from the three-point line has really allowed their offense to open up and become more balanced.
And Robinson gets it to go on the assist from Cook. And the Nuggets lead by 1. And when you trade away stars, guys, and start a rebuilding process, it can't be understated enough that you need to have a few vets to help the process.
Yeah, I think you look at how some players played last year, and their games grew. Definitely helped to have a vet or 2 around you just to kind of help the development process.
That's good. So it's Denver now. Got 8.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
Thornton passes to Smart. Back to Thornton. Wallace with a screen for Thornton. 6 to shoot. Smart kicks to Thornton. Austin needs to get off a shot. No one near Turner as he lets it go. They shoot again. Wallace's shot is good.
I'll tell you what, if their success on the boards in this first quarter is any indication, it's going to be a good day.
And rebounds usually are a good indicator.
Kicks to Afflalo. Here is Cook. Turner covering, and it's Cook missing. The Celtics with the lead and pushing it up. Here's Boston. Horton's got the ball. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, analytics are here to stay, and Marcus Smart is one of the higher-rated prospects when you look at the analytics. He's got a high rate of steals and rebounds, which is always something that typically translates well to the program. Both of those things reflect his competitive spirit. It's obvious this young man goes at it full throttle.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. We look at San Antonio earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And of course the Denver Nuggets, they're at the bottom of the conference.
When I look at Denver, they've been as flat as they can be this season. It might be time not just for some lineup changes, but a major overhaul.
Yeah, you might be right, Clark, because you can see that there's no spark to this club. Nothing seems to be clicking. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some big changes.
Robinson drives in. He sinks the 11-footer. Robinson's got his second bucket tonight.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin. Brian Shaw had some words for his team in that last timeout. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through money. He's the star on this team that has the responsibility to make the big play and put points on the scoreboard. Coach wants his guys to facilitate that offensive firepower. He also said that their work on the offensive glass is going to be critical. He believes second chance points will go a long way toward deciding this game. It's still very early in this game. There's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Robinson off a pick from Cook. Robinson dishes to Cook. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 10 points for money.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, I think his team would be ahead.
Smart kicks to Thornton. Hickson grabs the board.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm. Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half.
Smart passes to Bass. Marcus Thornton on the wing. Unloads from 13. And he knocks down the jumper. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Feeds it to McGee. Cook pitch to Robinson. And a follow wide open. He shoots. No good. That would have tied it.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky they didn't get burned on that one.
Smart dishes to Turner. The pass to Smart. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No good with the elbow jumper. Cook kicks to McGee. He feeds it to Cook. Thornton against Robinson. He dishes it to Cook. Turner with the steal. And Turner with a clear path to the rack. The coast-to-coast dunk.
That's how you make an impact with defense. And once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. Floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. It's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
This Friday night, February 6th, Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. It's East and West. Do not.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment.
Well, the history of college coaches switching over to the NBA is pretty daunting. Brad Stevens and the Celtics can't worry about those who came before.
Changes for Boston. Gerald Wallace, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Green comes in for Turner. And it's Avery Bradley in for Marcus Thornton. And then for Denver, Mozgov. He's checked in for Hickson. Money comes in for Quincy Miller. And it's a Flalo in for Randy Ford. Speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. Wallace is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Green in at the small forward. It's the Boston 5. Rondo passes to Green. A runner. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blown. And the Denver Nuggets get called for the foul. Coach Stevens enjoying great success in his 5 seasons as coach of the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, had a terrific, historic run. 2 consecutive trips to the NCAA title game. 2010 and 11. I had the privilege to be courtside calling those games. A 25-game win streak, one of the brightest minds in the game. And with the 6-year contract from the Celtics, they clearly believe in his abilities, as do I.
Cook. Shot is no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a numbers standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
There's the dish to Mozgov. All sorts of time. No good off the front iron.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
And that's a foul called on Money. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers, turning them over.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Smart's checked in for Bradley. Flalo dishes to Cook. Out left of the wing. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. There's Mozgov. And there's the bucket. Steve with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Rondo pitch to Smart. Back to Rondo. Right side Green. This ball moved by Boston. Smart passes to Rondo. There's Green with the 3. Denver grabs the miss. Mozgov's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Cook dishes to McGee. And he goes in for the dunk.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
Man, I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
And it's blocked. It'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Well, you know your low post players are going to take a lot of trips to the foul line. So it helps to have big men who can drain free throws like this group can. Well, you take a look at Bass. 4th in the league and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
Well, a lot of these big men take the confidence they have in the paint straight to the free throw line.
Yep, some of them do that. Exactly, and we can see the reason why in those numbers. In general, the composure of all those players show up at the free throw line.
Pass with a screen for Rondo. Rondo with another miss.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Here's Cook. That's in. The Celtics lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Mozgov.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Rondo kicks to Bass. Back to Rondo. It's tipped. Stolen by Robinson. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like that. Some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Pass with a screen for Rondo. Shot clock at 6. To stop the drought. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Rajon Rondo still in a Celtics uniform, and that didn't seemed like a foregone conclusion over the last season. Boston in the midst of a complete rebuild, and Rondo already in the prime of his career, so a lot of discussion about a possible trade.
You know, you look at Rondo and you get the sense that perhaps he covets a chance to lead the Celtics as the team's undisputed franchise player. That's a mantle he's not quite carried in his career. He said he'd love to have another 10 years in Boston.
Green kicks to Rondo. For the Celtics to give up an elite player like Rondo.
Well, Brad Stevens called him their clear-cut best player and the leader of his team. And, Rondo has a chance to put himself in that echelon if he sticks around Boston in terms of being one of the all-time great Celtics.
Well, it's been said about Rajon Rondo that he's the smartest guy in the room and also might be the most stubborn. He's got a terrific IQ for the game, but he's opinionated. We've seen him butt heads with coaches in high school, college, and the pros, but that certainly doesn't take away from his greatness. He's a winner, a champion, and a terrific point.
Well, you're right. It has fueled his rise. Whether it was a Kentucky, growing up in Louisville, or certainly playing with the Boston Celtics. Among some very important players, Hall of Famers, and Garnett, and Paul Pierce. You need to do that just to kind of clear the clutter and show that he could do it.
He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part. They need him to pick his game up.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there on the low post.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Dishes to Banks. Nash with a screen for Rondo. He kicks it to Wallace. And the wide open shot from Green. Buries the long-range jumper. Green's got a pair of triples in the second now for Boston. Now here is Robinson. 8 points his last outing. Just to a flop. The feed to Moscow. No what? Heaves it up. No good. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Boston on top. They're up by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, looking at the stats, it's hard to doubt you have been the #1 factor for your team. Do you feel like you're controlling the paint right now?
Am I controlling the paint? I'm always controlling the paint. It's just natural to me. In high school, I controlled the paint. In college, I controlled the paint. Even when I worked at a hardware store, you know what? I controlled the paint section. That's what I did.
Your mindset is working. Well done. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
All right, fellas. Still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half. We've done a nice job of getting everyone involved in the offense. Our passing has been heads up and unselfish.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. How much to be critical of at this win, Clark?
Not at all.
Congratulations on this win, Gerald. And how was this team able to come out and get your presence established?
Come on. Who died? You look a little nervous.
Well, I heard it's never a good thing to be called into the GM's office, especially the day your 10-day contract is up. So if you're going to release me, I would just appreciate it if you did it quickly.
I'm going to be brutally honest, kid. You haven't done enough to secure a regular roster spot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, wait. You have done enough to secure another 10-day contract, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm going to give you another shot to prove you belong in this league permanently, huh?
Hey, you won't regret it either. I'm going to make it awfully hard for you to let me go.
I hope so. Look, a contract's on my secretary's desk. You go sign that on your way out. Get out of here.
All right, thank you.
All right. Where's my lunch?
NBA action. We're in the Motor City. The Pistons are looking to take on a Western Conference opponent. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, this is Kevin Harlan.
You're up. Let's go.
Trying to do my thing.
Detroit with the ball. They trail by 3. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And Kevin, they overcame a very poor shooting night to win that game. You're not going to be able to win very often with a percentage as low as theirs.
And no beauty or style points in that game, but they did hit the big shots when they needed to.
So on the floor for Denver. Austin at point with the foul. Miller is out there with Kenneth Fareed. And it's Hickson. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Money subbed in for Denver. And we saw him out here a while back. Had to fight to get his shot, but he impressed the team enough to get another 10-day contract.
Well, you know, you have to take it a step at a time if you're in his situation. And as much as he'd like to start celebrating, he needs to keep his focus and continue to find ways to help this team out.
The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will. Some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
Pistons trailed by 6. Outside Jennings. He feeds it to Meeks. It's back to Jennings. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Jennings has got 7 points in the game. The Nuggets leading by 4. Lawson outside. Spinning off the box out is Drummond. And Denver again with the bucket. And the Pistons with possession here. Feeds it to Monroe. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings.
I'll tell you what, post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Here's Cook. It's Drummond with the rebound. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Celtics in Boston.
Well, with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Well, especially, Steve, when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. I mean, that's a bad combination. Turning it over and then not defending.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Your rep coach checked in for Drummond. Butler comes in for Smith. Singler, he's checked in for Meeks. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Denver also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Hickson. Osgood comes in for Kenneth Fareed. Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Cook, the pass to McGee. Here is Cook, defended by Butler. And it's Cook missing.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Robinson against Singler. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Robinson. Goes up. Trips down the breakaway slam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. Floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
Rebound by the Nuggets.
Couldn't convert. Nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
This is it to Cook. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. 6 to shoot. And he banks in the layup. And it's a 6-point Nugget lead.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Singler, no good.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yes, Kevin, we talked about their focus offensively, and he told me, listen, you know we certainly have the ability to get to the bucket and finish with force. That's a great ability to have because you draw fouls, you draw attention, and that creates shots for others. So we'll start by attacking inside. Sounds like a good plan, fellas.
Great. Thanks for the report, workhorse. And there's the feed to Monroe. The 10-footer finds the target. Monroe's got his second basket of the game. The Nuggets leading by 6. Robinson kicks to Cook. Banked in off the glass. Cook's got 7.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here. Keeping the ball alive and converting those second chances when they get them.
And Sigler kicks to Augustine. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first. Monroe against McGee. A shot by Butler. Nobody around. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here is Cook. By Augustine. And there's the rejection.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
He kicks to Monroe. Nice Steve from Cook. Gets it off. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the horn signals the end of the first. Not much offense so far. Nuggets lead by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Auburn Hill. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what do you see now?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that. It can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
DJ Augustine out there with Martin. Then there's Andre Drummond. And there's Jerebko. And it's Butler in the threesome. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Here's Cook. And he gets it to go. Cook's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Plenty of daylight on that. Butler's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Robinson again to Augustine. Here's Cook. Some solid defense from Butler.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Augustine dishes to Martin. The pass to Augustine. Outside Martin. Lets it fly. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is put down now to just 5 on the baskets from Augustine.
That's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality, Dave. If the shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Osgood down low. Looking on Jerebko. And it's Foy missing.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, I think the defense...
For the Pistons, Monroe's checked in for Andre Drummond. Singler comes in for Butler. And it's Jody Meeks in for Cartier Martin. And then for Denver, Money comes in for Quincy Miller. And it's a flop in for Randy Ford. Singler passes to Monroe. Shoots a fader, and he gets it to go. Monroe's got 6.
Well, you knew the run would come, and here it is. They're playing well now, trying to get back in this thing.
Yeah, pretty good comeback effort here. Rolling along nicely, and they've gotten themselves within striking distance now.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Al Singler, a former second-round pick out of Duke, played his first professional season overseas in Spain. In And Steve, he's played consistent minutes for the Pistons to begin his NBA career.
Yeah, really a nice move on his part to get that development abroad because he came back a better player and he's quickly become a solid contributor at the NBA level.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Singler is one of those utility or Velcro guys, I like to call him. Kind of holds things together because of his excellent feel for the game. He's got a pretty decent touch from outside. You love his size on the wing, and he's not a bad defender at 6'8" either. So I like what he gives you.
Detroit making a switch. Augustine's checked in. And Meeks kicks to Augustine. Singler dishes to Augustine. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Cook's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Singler, not a big-time athlete. Plays hard, uses his length well defensively. Got a shot to have a long and productive NBA career.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Kicks to Singler. Offline with his 3. Denver leading by 7. Here is Cook. 17 points for him last game against Boston. And that's a foul called on Money. That is his first foul of the game.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
Jerebko's checked in for the Pistons. Denver also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Hickson. Oshkoff comes in for Kenneth Fareed. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Pass to Augustine. Lets it go from deep. Oshkoff grabs the board.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Here is Cook. 13 points in the game. Mozgov pitch to Cook. He dishes it to Mashta. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And it's a 9-point Nugget lead.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
He's again, and he gets the bucket. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
They've been getting way too many high percentage looks close to the basket, and tell you what, when they're getting them, they're converting.
You know, the play in the paint, an aspect of this game that has gone entirely their way.
Here's Meeks. He's guarded by Aflalo. Augustine passes to Singler. That's it. Augustine with the assist. Augustine's got 3 assists tonight.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Kicks to Cook. 35 seconds left in the first half. McGee trying to break free. Nice D from Singler.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
And Augustine kicks to Singler. Pass to Augustine. Connects on the 17-footer. Augustine's got his second bucket tonight.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
The clock runs.
Well, Karan, just a quick question before you head off to the locker room. What's the key strategy in a game like tonight's facing this type of team?
I mean, you know, you just got to protect the paint. You know, they got great guys that score the perimeter.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. We got a spectacular...
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. We get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate.
Let's go. You're in.
Hey, no time.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Denver. Quincy Miller comes in for Aaron Aflalo. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Fareed and Mozgov in the middle. Foyle is out there with Lawson, and it's Miller in at the small forward position. There's the screen, off the pick, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Well, that's some physical basketball, but I'm glad I'm not in the middle of it. Pick and an assault on the block.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
Denver making a switch here. Cook's checked in. Pistons trailed by 8. Augustine with it, averaging 10 points per contest. And Butler, here we go. That's good. Butler's got 10 points. For Denver, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Here is Cook, defended by Butler. They get it back. Here's Mozgov. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mozgov's got his third basket of the night right there. The Pistons have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, this offseason, the Pistons bringing in Stan Van Gundy in a dual role as head coach and president of basketball operations. Stan said in a lot of places there's not a connection between the front office and coaching. This setup creates a very unified organization. There are no excuses now. It's on us to get it done. We'll see if they can, gentlemen.
Well, thanks, Doris. Van Gundy builds his roster, then coaches it. We've seen that model succeed with the Spurs and the Clippers. Augustine dishes to Butler, and good! Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And he has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
The dish to Cook. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's hauled in by Butler. Pistons trailed by 4. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Miller, the pass to Cook. Takes it off the glass. Cook's got 15 points.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
And here is Singler. He's got 5. Dishes it to Augustine. Butler on the way. 5 on the clock. And the call will go against Caron Butler. That's his first foul.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chin.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Narebko comes in for Smith. And it's Jennings in for Kyle Singler. And then for Denver, JaVale McGee comes in for Kenneth Fareed. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Cook gets to Robinson. High post try. Detroit with the rebound. Last game against the Nuggets, they lost in the Mile High City.
Yeah, it was a big loss. Pretty much pure domination. And I thought the key was the rebounding total. I mean, it was ugly. They were completely dominated on the glass. That's going to have to improve tonight.
Here's Narebko. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got his 4th assist in this one. The Nuggets leading by 4.
Brandon Jennings, you remember, decided to play a year in Italy right out of high school rather than to go to college. He was the first guy to do that once the NBA implemented that 1 year out of high school requirement for the draft. It seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Robinson with it. Butler covering. Robinson kicks to Cook. Drills it from outside. Cook's got 18 points in the game. Detroit's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And for Brandon Jennings, he didn't play a whole lot while in Rome, but he stayed busy practicing and developing.
Yeah, and it didn't seem to diminish his stock that much, Kevin. You know, you go back to when he was drafted, he was the 10th pick by the Bucks back in the day.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Nuggets?
Boy, defensively, they've played with high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen are really a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
That kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Now here is Augustine. We've got 28 seconds left in the third. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. He feeds it to Urebko. It's back to Jennings. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Cook. That one a little long. Now here is Augustine. With 2 seconds left. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nuggets lead by 11. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this basket. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
He's checked in for the Pistons. Augustine comes in for Meeks, and then for Denver. Mozgov, he's checked in for Hickson. And Money subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Back for Ron Butler. Monroe's out there with Smith. Then there's DJ Augustine. And it's Jennings in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Outside Robinson. Feeds it to Cook. Shot from the wing. Missed. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, Kevin Harlan saying, see you next time.
Hit up, dog. We won, remember?
No thanks to me.
More like in spite of you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Means you couldn't hit water falling out of a freaking boat tonight. Relax, man. Everyone in this league has an off night. Can't let it get to you. Question is, what are you gonna do about it? Work harder or pout like a punk, pointing fingers?
I'm gonna work harder. Shoot, I'm gonna be a half hour early to the next shoot around, man.
That's it. Now let's go celebrate tonight's dub.
All right.
broadcasting from the Pepsi Center. The Denver Nuggets, they won their last contest, that game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. Guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Ran outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Jackson. And so here's Denver. They trail by 1. Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Scott Brooks.
I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Fareed. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on the game, I think it'll really be to our advantage. Guys, an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
Thank you, Doris. Money's checked in for Denver. Value the 3 so much nowadays. Let's check out the best at it. Number 5, the Nuggets.
That's been an amazing season for them from behind the arc. They've got some great shooters on that team.
It's Durant with the drive. Through on the 14-footer. Durant's got it all tied up now for Oklahoma City. Nuggets shooting 33% here in the first quarter.
You know, Kevin Durant has really worked hard on his ball handling and passing minutes. It responds to facing constant traps and double teams in the playoffs. In those situations, being able to escape pressure and find the open man, that is crucial to his success.
Oklahoma City's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Jackson gets to Durant. From 11 feet away, Jackson misses.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. They've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, there's an intimidation factor that comes into play.
Now here's Durant. He's covered by Cook. Nixon against Adams. It's to Jones. Shot clock at 6. Nice work there coming off the screen. 10 points for Kevin Durant.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. You just don't know how to play.
Here's Cook. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And Clark, hear about a special bond between players and coaches. Well, his old high school coach is here in the stands to watch him play today.
Well, Kevin, you know, it's always nice to see a familiar face when you're in the NBA. And no matter how many gassers your former coach had you run while you were a sophomore in high school, still good to see his face.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Hickson. Mozgov comes in for Fareed. Aaron Aflalo is checked in for Andy Ford. Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Mozgov with the bucket.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
The Thunder have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Durant dishes to Jones. And Durant gets double teamed. Here's Jackson. Here's McGarry. And the layup's good off the glass.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
The Nuggets now on offense. Robinson left side. Aflalo outside. Off the screen. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Durant against Aflalo. And Durant gets double teamed. Passes it to Jackson. Back to Durant. Here's Jones. Banked in off the glass.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. You got to get their defense in gear.
Robinson passes to McGee. Here is Cook. A 20-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
And his work on the glass, certainly noteworthy. And you can contributed in a number of ways.
Oswald with the bucket.
Great play under the boards for him. And, that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, they're there for him game in, game out.
Now here's Jones. Guarded closely. And Durant, here we go. And he gets the bucket. Durant's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Here is Cook, averaging 20 points per game, and that one's good.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Durant drawing the double team. Jackson gets to Durant. And he gets it to go. Durant's got 14 points for the game.
This seems like they're finding an open lane in the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mozgov dishes to Cook. Let's go. Off the left rim and out.
From the start, it seemed like they were out of sync. They waited too long to get into their action.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that led to a very disjointed offensive possession. Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
And he gets it to go. 8 points for him.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
It's all tied in Denver. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
This Tuesday, February 10th, Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. Live from Staples Center. Make sure to catch it.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And the Nuggets guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Money comes in for Miller. Andy Foy, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. Let him go. Who cares?
And here's the fast break. Cook leading the way. And it's good. Through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
The Nuggets have missed out on some chances at the line today. 0-6 of 11.
And they're right around 74% as a team from the free throw line to this point of the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And there's the feed for Morrow. And the pass to Perkins. Goes up on the block. Almost, but it rolls out.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
Foy, the pass to Cook. 16 feet away. They get it again. And it's blocked by Adams. And the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws. The Nuggets have made a little more than half their free throws today, 7 of 12. The Nuggets making a switch here. McGee's checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here too. McGarry's checked in for Steven Adams. Denver leading by 8. Here's Cook. Rushes in for a double-digit lead. Cook's got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
You know, the NBA is a talent league. And it's hard to win in the NBA without superstar talent. And the Thunder are fortunate to have 2 superstars, in Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Those two give them a chance to win no matter who they're facing up against or where they're playing. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And Voigt kicks to Cook. Down in the low post. It goes. And now it's a 12-point Nugget lead. And you look at the star talent for Oklahoma City, the eternal what if. Steve, how would this team be different if they'd held on to James Harden?
Well, that's the question. I mean, to have 3 superstars, they would have been unstoppable offensively. As it is, they're hard enough to guard. But, you know, that's a question that will remain, forever unanswered.
Here's Morrow. 9 points last game.
Well, this is painful to watch. He can't get one to go down. Really having trouble finding his game here in this half. Almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. He can't touch the ball once it's on the way down. A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. 5th in three-point field goal percentage. 10th in rebounds. And they're in the top half of the league in scoring as well. Not too shabby.
And what jumps out at me, Clark, is the three-point percentage. Talk about this is a team that you have to defend all over the floor. And it becomes such a task defensively when you have to cover out to the three-point line, because now it opens up passing and driving lanes inside.
Really an extraordinary game for money. He has 17 points. He was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
He's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder in their last game, a loss to the Clippers.
Yeah, it was tough to see that one coming, really, because I thought that was a game they were going to win. The final score really caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah, but I think they really tightened up at the end, Steve. I think they were trying too hard to avoid the upset instead of focusing on going after the win.
Well, the Thunder with an athletic guard rotation between Russell Westbrook and Reggie Jackson. Jackson, of course, not the level of Westbrook, but he brings some similar things to the table as far as size, athleticism, scoring, and rebounding.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regular.
And another miss by Denver.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Pass to McGarry. Back to Jackson. Here's McGarry. Guarded by McGee. McGarry, no luck. Here's Cook. And that one is hammered home. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back to this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. Big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they got it on autopilot and they look totally dejected.
A chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, Scott Brooks is very close with his star, Kevin Durant, but that doesn't mean he gets any free perks at Katie's restaurant in Bricktown. Brooks said, I get nothing. I mean, give me a dessert, a peach cobbler, something, a sweet tea. No, this guy's cheap. That's one thing about KD. For 7 straight years, he's been cheap. Kevin, over to you.
He stays consistent, Doris. Very efficient. Thank you.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
And Jones over to help. Cook kicks to McGee. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
Well, they rolled them in that game, and it was mostly due to the big rebounding advantage they had.
Lawson against Jackson. Jackson missing again.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
And Perry Jones gets the whistle that time. Steve just mentioned their rebounding edge in that last game, Clark, and it really was a big one.
Kevin, I mean, they were in complete control of the boards, and there's no question that was the overriding factor in the game.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in, and so Cook nails both of them.
I like his aggressiveness here in the quarter. He's getting to the line much more than he did earlier.
Outside Jackson. Ibaka with a screen on Lawson. There's the dish to Morrow. Shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
In the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Back to Lawson. So the wing on the left. Here is Cook. 23 points in the game. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
And so Cook nails both of them.
He's having a great game at the free throw line, Kevin. His hot streak continues.
Durant just inside the line, and he hits the jump shot. Durant's got 18 points in the game. 5 seconds left of the play here in the half. Here's Lawson, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so we conclude the first half. Nuggets lead by 14. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Berg, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
I'm just trying to let the game come to me. When I don't try to force it on offense, good things happen. That's why I've had success here early on. Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
Okay, guys. Solid play so far.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so...
You're up. Let's go.
Trying to do my thing.
Oh, comes in for Andy Ford. Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Allison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Fareed and Mozgov in the middle. Aflalo is out there with Robinson. And it's Miller in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
They have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Money's checked in for Quincy Miller.
Check out some numbers for Aaron Aflalo. His last 10 games, he's averaging 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And when you take his overall contributions on the whole, he's been putting up some pretty good numbers, but I think he can do more.
And Steve, sometimes that's just part of the game, weathering periods where your stats might not show all of what you're doing on the floor.
Jackson against Robinson. Jackson drives in, and he gets it to go. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
That time the defenders were a little late in getting to him. Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in the game. Certainly didn't remember the last time I saw it.
Oh, yeah, that was just amazing.
Collison with the screen for Durant. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Durant's got 22.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
To the inside, and the call will be against Nick Collison. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
Well, anytime they've needed easy points, they've gotten themselves to the foul line. That's been key.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
The Nuggets making a switch here. McGee's checked in.
Timofey Moskov, 7'1", a shot blocker and rebounder. Still pretty foul-prone defensively, but he's really become an interior presence.
And that one's good.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Jackson against Robinson. Cook dishes to McGee. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. McGee's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
It's Jackson with the drive. Again, Oklahoma City. Denver leading by 18. Robinson with it. Averaging 10 points per contest. Jackson comes over with the double. And Robinson that time on the assist from Cook. Robinson's got 5 now.
And their interior defense getting exposed once again. How many open looks at the rim are they going to allow?
Collison with a screen on Robinson. Collison with the screen for Jackson. Outside Durant. Shoots it. Money from the wing. Durant's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He can't do it all. I mean, he's scoring big numbers, but he's got to get some help from his teammates.
Robinson passes to Cook. To JaVale McGee. And it's Denver scoring again.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Jackson gets to Durant. And Durant gets double teamed. Pocket 6. And it's Denver with the rebound. Mozgov's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Robinson dishes to Cook. McGee is screen on Durant. Cook the pass to McGee. Here is Cook, defended by Durant. Cook kicks to a floater. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet. Aflalo's got 11 points here in just the second half. Oklahoma City's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. Durant sets a screen for Jackson. It's Durant on the wing. He dishes it to Adams. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Steven Adams from New Zealand, the first Kiwi card drafted in the first round.
And Kevin, he played rugby growing up. He says that it helped him prepare for the physicality of playing inside.
And one thing I like about Adams, and maybe it's the rugby background, he plays with so much aggression. It always keeps an even keel. He's the one who sort of initiates contact and becomes an irritant with his opponent, but he never retaliates, and that's real toughness.
Here is Cook. 27 points for him. Soft touch off the glass. Cook's got 29 in the game.
They're straying away from the 3-point game here in the second half. That's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They decided not to take nearly as many 3-pointers in this half.
Here's Durant. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Boy, you look at Steven Adams, he's got an impressive frame. Forget he's only 21 years old. He's got room to grow and get stronger, both when you consider skill development and his physicality. He could really be one of the most imposing big men in the league for a long time going forward.
On its way from a follow for 2. The rebound by McGarry.
That's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
And it's blocked by Cook. Shoots a fader. That drops. Cook's got 31.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Nuggets on top, running away with it. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
Coming up this Friday, February 20th, Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Hoops action.
In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Well, this is what you talk about when you have the offensive play coming together based on tremendous passing. It's the rhythm and flow that occurs and makes this a beautiful game.
Get up. You're going in.
Here we go.
In for Perkins. Allison comes in for Jackson. And McGarry is subbed in for Anthony Morrow. So for Oklahoma City right now, international combo up front with Ibaka and Adams. Durant is out there with McGarry, and it's Collison at the small forward. McGarry passes to Collison. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. Yes, drop it, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot.
For the Nuggets, Dorkic checked in for Hickson. Alinari comes in for Fareed, and Money subbed in for Miller. And then for Oklahoma City, Jones checked in for Steven Adams. Andre Robertson comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Kevin Durant. Denver's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And Lawson with the drive. Jackson comes over with the double. Here is Cook. Here's Nurkic, blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup.
That sort of epitomized this game, guys. One team going all out, getting rebounds and putbacks, and the other team just dragging.
Jackson against Lawson. Jackson kicks to Roberson. Dishes it to Collison. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 8th assist in the game. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Down low, there's the steal. Here's Roberson, covered by Cook. Jones with the screen on a follow. Jones sets the pick for Jackson. And Roberson kicks to Jackson. 6 to shoot. High post shot. Denver grabs the miss.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Here is Cook. Out to Gallinari. Feeds to Cook. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. For 3, Lawson. Second shot opportunity. The rebound by McGarry. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Jones with it. Now guarded by Cook. Outside, Jones. Allison in the post. He is guarded by a follow. And so here's Denver. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Lawson kicks to Cook. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Collison. Follow against Jackson. Jackson, a screen on Lawson. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Guys, that's his 4th.
Pick it up out there.
I could use some help.
And he's checked in for Nurkic. Fareed comes in for Gallinari. And Quincy Miller subbed in for Money. JaVale McGee comes in for Kenneth Faried. Money's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams comes in for Jackson. And Nick Collison subbed in for Anthony Morrow. And there's the whistle, illegal screen.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Jones checked in for Ibaka. Morrow comes in for Kendrick Perkins. And it's Roberson in for Kevin Durant.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance an impressive win for the Nuggets.
Mark, the bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Yeah, you always like to see that, Kevin, when your reserves can perform and help you pull out a win.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
This will be an important win for them. They lost the first 2 games of the year to this team, so they're no longer in danger of being swept when they meet the 4th time.
And Steve, you better believe that's important. It's one thing to lose both games of an interconference series. It's a whole different story losing all 4 games to a team from your own conference.
Well, look at the stats, and you'll see how dominant a game this was for Money. You look at the energy brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see he was a difference maker.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To JaVale McGee. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 19.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Roberson dishes to Morrow. Looking to end his cold spell. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything other than to make their losing margins a little more respectable.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Nate, this was a huge challenge going up against one of the best teams in the NBA right now. How good does it feel to win this one?
I mean, we knew we could do it if we believe. It's been a long journey for this team, you know, and we deserve it.
Nate, congratulations on a sweet win. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.
Hey, Coach, hey, man, what's up? Yo, glad you can make it. No.
You've gone farther than any kid I've ever coached. Of course I'm going to make it.
Everything good?
Yeah, listen. We'd love to have you come by and visit the kids sometime.
Hey, no problem. I'm going to do that, okay? We'll do. But I got to run right now. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you soon.
All right, sounds good.